Hello, boys and girls of the interweb. How are you doing? This is Zafian, and today what we're going to do is we're going to look at the skills of the uh, priest or saint priest or bishop, depending on the translation of which client you have from which language you're coming from. It does say bishop in the Japanese. I think it says saint in the Korean. So we're going to look at their skills for you guys and see what each one does in the translations, so you guys can get a better understanding of what to expect if you're playing an actual priest or the subclass of that. Which I haven't played much myself. I've been mainly playing the other subclass for the healer, which is the paladin, and I think it's pretty cool that you could be a paladin or a pure healer type class, more of the traditional healer with the resurrect and everything. The paladin doesn't have the resurrect. You would have to switch to the actual saint or class, I guess. I'm just going to call it saint for now on. That particular subclass to have the resurrection later on. You can switch back and forth between the two subclasses, but you do need a weapon for each one. Okay, that doesn't change. But your other gear stays and is usable for that class. The only thing you need is a weapon, your own skin for that. So if we go into skins, just to show you guys real quick. Now, like, this is basically how you switch between the two subclasses. You pick the skin, like if I pick this and enabled it while out of combat, it'll allow me to switch back to a paladin. All right. Enough on the side chat, I guess. Let's look at the skills, and we will translate those for you. All right, so right here we have mana consumption of 8 MP, cooldown of 14 seconds. Your range distance is up to 8 meters. What this spell does is it's a dot, a damage over time, every 4 seconds. 72% of your attack power, and is a damage of 2%. Okay, and this is Holy Brand. All right, so let's look at the next skill, which is Healing Light. This is going to be your basic heal spell. So we have 12 mana consumption again. We have a cooldown of 10 seconds, skill range of 15 meters. Max targets of 2, and it's HP recovery 5% recovery of maximum HP. Now, when you see these skills like this, they can cast in succession. You have to cast the Healing Light first, and then you can click this, and it would actually cast it in succession with that. Okay, this is Holy Shell, 16 MP consumption, 20 seconds cooldown, a skill range of 50 meters, max target of 2. What this does is give you a barrier or shield of 5% of the maximum HP for 5 seconds. So you heal, and then you give them a shield, basically. All right, so this skill here is Drain. Attacks enemies with holy power and absorbs some of the damage as HP. So you're attacking and healing yourself. So it costs 12 mana, 12 seconds cooldown, range is up to 9 meters, damages 250% of your attack power, and it absorbs 20% of the damage as hit points. So you hit for 250, you're going to get back like 50 HP. Okay, so this next one is Holy Flame. It randomly removes 1 buff from an attacked enemy. Okay, so it's a debuffer. Mana consumption is 16 MP, cooldown 14 seconds. Range is 9 meters. It seems very common for the priest or saint. Skill range is 5.5 meters. That's for the AoE. Max targets is 3. Buff removed, one buff is able to be removed, and damage is 280% of attack power. Now this is these skills can actually be upgraded as well, so they have different levels, kind of like your armor and your weapons. As you can see here, +1, meaning I've enhanced that skill 1 time. Okay, so this is Divine Ray. It shoots a light straight to attack enemies. Okay. Doesn't say if it pierces through the enemies or not. It has cooldown of 16 seconds, 12 MP, range, distance up to 9 meters, and damage is 300% of attack power. It looks like it's basically would shoot through multiple enemies. So the next consecutive skill that you would be casting after the ray, it is Heavenly Judgment, and it's light falling from the sky. From the sky, attacks the enemies, reducing their HP recovery. So it's a debuff for their heals and their regeneration. So we have 14 MP, 14 seconds cooldown, maximum range of 9 meters. Damage is 300% of the attack power. The HP natural recovery is -1. Potion recovery is -20% healing, and the spells should be amount reduced by 20% as well. Okay, this next one is Oratio. I think that's how you would say that. Gives damage reduction effect to allies within range without buffs, including yourself. So if they're not buffed already, it gives them a buff that has a cooldown of 300 seconds. So that's 5 minutes. Right? 5 minutes, I believe. All damage reduction by 3% for 240 seconds. Skill range is 15 meters, and max targets is 4. Okay, this is Mystery of Oruz. Remove status abnormalities, inability to move or act. Okay, so it removes CC effects for you and your allies. Or ally, for you and your ally. And increases movement speed for a certain period of time. This applies to yourself and your closest ally. Cooldown is 30 seconds. Skill range is up to 15 meters. And a max target of 2. This removes status abnormalities, excluding falls and poisoning. I don't understand what they mean by falls. Maybe it's fall damage. And increases movement speed by 15% for 15 seconds. That's a pretty nice movement buff. Okay, so Holy Nova attacks enemies with a flash of light that explodes after a certain period of time. So it's a delayed. Yeah, so it's a delayed explosion. 100% chance to silence the attacked enemies. If the enemy target dies, the flash will explode instantly. So if you targeted one mob or a player and it died, it will not have a delay anymore. Range is up to 9 meters. The cooldown is 16 seconds. Max target is 3. Activation is after 3 seconds. Silence. Cannot use skills or items for 5 seconds. Damage is 300% attack power damage. Okay. Now, this is one of my favorite animations. I would have to say, like out of all the skills I've seen in the game, it's probably one of my favorite. This is the blessing of Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. I think that's pronounced correctly. Continuously attacks enemies within range with the power of the World Tree and continuously recovers the HP of allies within range, including yourself. So this creates a AoE area that does dot damage and hot heals. Cooldown is 50 seconds. Mana consumption is 60 MP, which is very high. But considering the spell, it seems very warranted. Summoning duration is 6 seconds. Skill range is 5.5 meters, meaning the AoE, and max target is 4. HP continuous HP recovery 3% of maximum HP every second for 6 seconds. So 18% total, and recovery damage of 70% of attack power every second for 6 seconds. So you're looking at 420%, I believe, right? 7 times 6. Yeah, I believe 420%, which is one of the higher damaging. If they stay in the circle, the problem would be them being able to leave the circle if it's a player. Though if you're doing a clash and they've been stunned, that would be very beneficial. Or if they're hard-headed. Covers 20% of the maximum HP, so the reviver 20%, and invincibility nullifies all damage for 2.5 seconds. That might be why it applies to yourself and the closest ally. Maybe it makes you immune for 2.5 seconds, and there's a 3-second chance. So that still leaves room for you to be interrupted, or maybe it after you rest him, you both have that invincibility. Either way, it's a little confusing just to read that. So yeah, maybe there's more. It'd be easier if to understand it once you get there. Starry Song attacks enemies with Starlight Summon by waving your staff and have a certain chance of knocking out enemies hit by the attack. 60 MP, 60-second cooldown, or maximum range of 9. Summoning duration of 4 seconds. So, okay, so it casts that for 4 seconds. Skill range is 7.5 meters, so it's a fairly big circle compared to the other AoEs. Max target of 4, duration of 4 seconds. Damage is 180% of your attack power every second for 4 seconds. That's pretty high. That's 720 damage total, I believe. A stun of 35% chance to be unable to take action for 5.1 seconds. So 35% chance to be stunned for 1.5 seconds inside of the starriness. Now, what exactly is this? I don't know what that. I don't know what this is. Okay, it's the Dex. Yeah, so you have like you can switch between decks and everything on here. So that's what that is. All right, that's all the full translation of every single one of the Saint subclass for the priest. If you have any other questions or want to see somebody else's skills, just let me know and I'll make a video for that. Until next time, guys, thank you for tuning in. Stay safe and keep playing. Bye-bye now.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat. You'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows. Call me.